during Sohbat you were saying that, and you mentioned through many Sohbats that
BismillahirRahmanirRahim.
BismillahirRahmanirRahim,
Yes.
that for a believer, every day should be better than yesterday. We see that many great nations, when they stop fighting, that's when they start going down, and stagnation causes them to be destroyed. What a person who is busy fighting, what causes stagnation to that person?
Luxury. When the spoils of the war is more important than the fight. You understand? Which one is more important, fighting or getting the rewards? So, that causes that. If you're always interested in fighting, then it doesn't matter. You can come, you go. Today they put it in the palace, tomorrow it's in the tent. Tomorrow it doesn't matter. Same thing with your ego. You're always fighting. You're not looking to see how much you have gained spiritually. You're not looking to how much maqams you have for this or that. Even if certain things are open to you, it says, no, I still have to fight because there's this and this and this that is not finished yet. Yes? So, keep fighting. Keep struggling. Yeah, we're talking about struggling. The ego, of course. So don't sit back and don't enjoy too much. How you can say in this way we can enjoy too? How you can? The taste is already taken out from our mouth and our hearts. If you're sincere, it has. You can go, you can look, you can be, it has. It's not going to satisfy. If you're honest, it will. You go anywhere, it's like, what for? You go anywhere, you just want to come back. You go anywhere, or you take anything, and then you say, okay, this is, the idea maybe, oh, it's so nice. It's 1 day, 2 days, like that, you feel already like it's too much. So, but fighting is not just the will to fight. Fighting like this. That's only part, is the last part. The whole thing about war is a whole process before that. The fighting is the last part. And even in that fighting, you cannot say, I fight and then that's it. No. When you fight, then that is when you have to be super awake, because the game may change at any moment. So there's a lot of preparation that you have to do. So, which means that if you don't want to fight, you are not going to prepare. Yes? Why you don't want to fight? Maybe you just want to stay home and be comfortable. Maybe you already underestimate your enemies and say, they're not worth fighting. It's okay, we have the best. Or maybe you're saying, well, if the whole point is peace, if we have peace already, why we have to continue fighting? Now is a time with peace comes what? Prosperity. Yes. Once you reach prosperity, they say, we don't want to disturb this prosperity. Everyone is happy. But is that the reason why we're fighting against our ego? To get peace and to get prosperity? It sounds really stupid, right? We're fighting against our ego to find peace, to find prosperity. Peace and prosperity Kind of, they are there, but we don't use those words. What are the words we use? Submission. Submission. But that is different. There is not peace, prosperity, that is submission. You're becoming part of the will, of the divine will now. You are in the divine will. You are in Islam at that time. Then is nothing more that you're looking for yourself. It's not for yourself. It is for Allah's sake. Yes, doing things for Allah's sake. Sheykh Effendi is saying over and over again. But so many will claim they're doing things for Allah's sake. But in reality, it's for their ego. It's for their comfort. It's for their peace. It's for their prosperity. It's not for Allah's sake. Who is going to be there to say this is for Allah's sake and that is not for Allah's sake? Everyone can decide by himself. If you ask those ones who are fighting for evil Muslims, fighting from the side of tyranny, they will also say we do it for Allah's sake, don't they? They make very nice show, praying this and that for Allah's sake. Those who are fighting for good, they also for Allah's sake. So how do we know? How are we going to know what is Allah's sake and what is not Allah's sake? If you don't have a guide, you don't have a shaykh, your shaykh is shaitan. That's all. You ask all the Muslims, which you go to this masjids now and during Ramadan time. Go to them and say to them, why are you here? Why are you fasting? Why are you doing all these things? They will all say we're doing it for Allah's sake. But in reality, when you scratch the surface a little bit, they're doing it for their own sakes. Who stands to benefit? It's for their families. It's for their neighborhoods. It's become very small. This is what I'm saying for weeks and months. Because we don't have a compass. We don't have a direction. Muslims as an ummah, we don't. We don't have a plan. Our plan is not Allah's plan. It's not the Prophet's plan. If it's the Prophet's plans, his plans have not finished. If the Khalifa's plan is not finished, they remove the Khilafat and they say, no, don't go according to those plans. Go according to your own first national plans. So every nation, now they have a plan. And every nation's plan is saying, basically, I must take care of my own people and give them the best that they want, they need. Not that they're doing it. So many are corrupt. But it's become that. And then when you go down a little bit to individual and to families, what is their purpose then? It's for them and their families. That's it. It's not for Allah's sake anymore. It's not for the sake of Islam. It is for the sake of just their own comfort and benefit. And that makes us very weak. Yes. So, we are blessed. We have our Shaykh, and his way is still continuing. And never lose sight of our objective and our aim. This is Akhir Zaman. The system in place now is Dajjalic. We don't love the system. We're in it, we want to beat the system. In order to serve this way, to wake people up, to understand this is Akhir Zaman, and to have a longing and a love for Haqq and for truth, for Allah and His Prophet, for the Khilafat. Prepare ourselves for their return. This has to be important. This has to be key. This has to be something you must remember every day. Otherwise, the routine of everyday life is going to take you. Work, kids, this, that is going to take you. And 1 week pass, and you don't know why you live for that week for. Although we have zikr and we have sohbat and this, but you have to. Because there are people who have been with us years, like what Sheykh Effendi says, but because there is no passion, there is no belief, there is no passion, it's not kept alive. So it becomes dead and it says cemetery faces, and after a while they get uncomfortable and they leave. That is a lesson for us. It can happen to us anytime, yes. So there is a meaning. And that meaning, you don't have to be someone who is doing so much. With that meaning, you can be working in the barn or in the garden or cleaning eggs. That meaning comes through with the work that you're doing too. It ties in together. You will put that meaning there too. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.